Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia, and today we are going to talk about how to become more attractive and increase confidence without following a 50-step routine. I used to be very insecure and I struggled to feel attractive. I was overweight, I hated my body, but most importantly, I was miserable in my life, and that showed physically too. When I was the unhappiest, I was the most unattractive in my opinion. I remember looking in the mirror or looking at pictures of myself and feeling so uncomfortable in my own skin. No matter what I wore, it never felt right. Over the last couple of years, I have definitely gained a lot more confidence, and I feel this within myself, and I've also been told by many people that they can see it too. I realize that true attractiveness and confidence doesn't come from the trends or external validation. It comes from within and being authentically you. So becoming happier and healthier has improved my physical appearance quite a bit. I'll get more into this later, but they really do go hand in hand. When you start to feel good within yourself, your energy becomes magnetic. The reason I wanted to do this episode is because of the advice I've been hearing lately on social media and on podcasts. So much of this advice is overcomplicated, unrealistic, and sometimes very harmful to your relationships and reputation. So I am actually quite passionate about talking about this because I don't want people to take the wrong advice. And maybe some of the advice is good and feels good to you, but maybe you feel overwhelmed with it, or maybe you're like me and think, this doesn't feel authentic to me. So let's get into what I've been hearing and why I disagree with it, and talk about better ways to incorporate that advice into your life. So the first one, and the one I am most passionate about, is that to be more attractive and get someone to like you is to change your energy. Some people call it like a black cat energy or boss energy. I was listening to a podcast recently, and the host was saying that as a woman, you are the prize and the man needs to basically bow down to you. Don't offer to pay a portion of your bill, he should pay the whole thing. Don't be sweet to him, he'll take it as you being weak. I could not believe what I was hearing. That is absolutely horrible advice. Why would you be mean to someone that you like? I have always been my true authentic self and didn't try and change to make someone think I am some queen. Yes, you should absolutely have confidence and you are the prize, but you don't need to treat them like they're some peasant. One of Paul's favorite things about me is how sweet and loving I am, and that is just who I am. If I were to come at him like I was more worthy than him, he wouldn't be with me. Any healthy and mature person won't want someone who treats them poorly or thinks they are better than them. If they do like that, you're probably going to end up attracting the wrong person. Just be yourself, don't act like someone you're not, and know that you and this person are equals. No one is above the other. Another piece of advice I've heard is to dress based on your color analysis or zodiac sign. If this is something you want to do, go for it. But to me, that was really overwhelming to hear. I felt like I could only wear certain colors or had to change my entire wardrobe. Again, if that's something that interests you or you have a desire to do this, then by all means do it. I have heard great things about it. But I also don't want you to think that you have to do that. The last thing I want to touch on is people saying you have to do 1,000,001 beauty trends to be attractive. You don't need to use a ton of products, do a 3-hour self-care routine every day, or soak your face in ice. Again, if you want to do this and you enjoy it, then by all means go for it. I could not be bothered though. There are a few beauty things I do, which I will talk about in a bit, but it's not some crazy routine that's unrealistic. Seeing all these glow up tips on TikTok is just overwhelming, and I feel like I can't even keep up. There's a new thing to do or worry about each time I see a video on it. All of these things I mentioned are way too much to keep track of and are unrealistic to keep up with daily. It can also be damaging to you. You could ruin a great relationship by trying to be someone you're not. It's actually quite simple to be more attractive and gain confidence. Be yourself. Keep it simple and be authentically you. This is what will attract the right people to you and what will make you feel the best. So now that we've debunked some of these attractiveness hacks, let's talk about what actually works. because becoming more attractive isn't about following every trend. It's about feeling good in your body, your clothes, and your energy. I'm going to keep it quite simple and just know that you don't have to do all of this. Take what you want and leave what you don't. Let's start with health and fitness. It's so important to take care of your body from a place of self love rather than pressure. When I was doing 75 hard, I lost weight, gained muscle, and felt the best I have ever felt. I would look into the mirror and be happy with what I saw, and I was so proud of myself. But it's not just because of the weight loss and muscle tone. It was also because of what I was eating. I was nourishing my body with healthy foods, which made me feel less bloated, made my gut health better, which improved my mental health. I was also working out a lot, so I was moving my body and getting outside, and I felt so happy doing this. So, like I said at the beginning of this episode, being more physically attractive and being happy and healthy go hand in hand. Yes, I was becoming physically better looking, in my opinion, but my mood and energy is what actually made me more attractive. So you don't need to have your ideal body yet to be attractive. It can start right now with just taking care of your body physically and mentally. Drink lots of water, eat enough fiber and protein, move your body in whatever way you want to, meditate, go for walks. All of these things will help you feel better and look better too. Next, let's discuss clothing and style since I did touch on it earlier. I know I feel very insecure when I am wearing something that I am not comfortable in or don't even know if I like. I exude so much more confidence and feel way better about myself when I'm wearing something I really like or am comfortable wearing. So, my advice would be to wear whatever you want, but don't hide yourself either. I used to wear a lot of baggy clothes and only black or gray. I was wearing those clothes out of a place of insecurity, not because I liked them. Since I have become more confident, I wear clothes that I wouldn't have before. I'm wearing a lot of bright pink lately or other colors. I am wearing clothes based on what I like, not what's trendy. I've seen TikToks of people asking, okay, ladies, what shoes are we wearing this summer? But why would we all want to wear the same thing? I don't really care if something isn't trendy anymore. If I like it, I'm going to wear it. So dress for you, not based on what other people say. I will say though, I used to wear glasses that did not suit me at all. I had them since I was a kid and kind of forgot to get new ones as I got older. But my new glasses completely changed how I look, and I look so much better with them. So you can find what compliments you as well. It's also really fun to experiment. I actually like going shopping and having a friend pick something out for me that I wouldn't normally try. A lot of the times I end up really liking it. Sometimes I don't and I don't buy it, but it's fun to experiment with different clothing. I only buy clothes though that I feel good in. If I'm unsure about it or I feel insecure wearing it, I don't buy it. So now I'm going to share what I do for my self-care and beauty routine. It's not much, but some things I do really care about, so I make time for them. Again, you don't need to do all of these things, just do what resonates. However, my routine is very simple and does not take much time at all. So one thing I did was change my hair color. I used to dye my hair super dark brown. I thought it looked nice at the time, but now that I have blonde highlights and my hair is quite light, I realize how much better this looks. You obviously don't have to dye your hair. Often your natural color is what looks best, but it has been fun for me to play around with it, and I feel more confident when my hair is done. I also changed how I style my hair, and that has really helped me too. I choose to wear makeup because I like it and I feel good when I wear it. However, I will say this past year I have been way more comfortable not wearing makeup. I used to be so insecure I would never let anyone see me without it. But now I often go without it and I still feel confident. However, I like makeup and so I do wear it. I used to wear super heavy makeup though with a lot of coverage and thick eyeliner and eyeliner on my waterline, and it just did not suit me. So I started wearing lighter makeup without the heaviness and thickness, and it suits me a lot better. So you can experiment with this as well. I also have mentioned this before, but I have a morning and nighttime skincare routine that I do religiously. Taking care of my skin is super important to me, and I used to be awful for it. I would sleep with makeup on and not use the right products. I would just find the cheapest ones and not care about the horrible chemicals and toxins in those products. Now I use very clean vegan products that are anti aging and really help moisturize my skin. I also make sure to take care of the skin on my body. Whenever I shower, I double wash, so I use a bar soap first and then body wash after. This has made me feel so much cleaner, my skin is better, and I smell better. I also moisturize after I shower. Other things I do are dry brushing my body, dermaplaning my face, oil pulling my teeth. I obviously brush and floss regularly, and I recently got an electric toothbrush that I'm obsessed with. I get regular cleanings done at the dentist, and I'll use a hair mask, face mask, or eye mask sometimes. Now, it's important to note I do not do most of these things daily. The dry brushing I do once a week, and it takes maybe 5 minutes. I do dermaplaning once a month. It also takes like 5 minutes. Oil pulling I do not do as often as I probably should, but that only takes 5 to 10 minutes, and I can do it while I do other things. Dentist cleanings I go every 6 months, and then the hair mask I'll do a couple times a month in the shower. Face masks I only do like once or twice a month, and eye masks, same thing. I can also do other things while these masks are on. So these things take almost no time and they don't feel overwhelming because I don't do them every day. Have you seen those TikToks where people do these wild nighttime routines? Overnight curls, mouth tape, lip stain, face masks. I don't know about you, but that is so overwhelming to me and unnecessary. Again, if you want to do that, go for it, but I could not be bothered going to bed with all of that on. I would not be able to sleep. On the topic of sleep, getting enough sleep is also super important. If I don't get a good sleep, there's circles under my eyes, I feel puffy, I'm not as productive, and all of these things don't make me feel very confident. So I take a magnesium supplement before bed, and I use sleep frequencies during the night. I just have a playlist on Spotify. Getting adequate sleep has helped me be so much more productive, which has really helped my confidence. Lastly, the thing that will help the most, which I've already talked about, is being yourself. You will be your most confident when you are being your authentic self, and confidence naturally makes you more attractive. So yes, you can always improve yourself, and you should always be working on yourself, but don't try and be someone that doesn't feel aligned with you. You can try and act like your future self because that is you, but don't try and be somebody else. You are unique and you have so much to offer. Being yourself is the best thing you can do. However, if you are very self-conscious and want to be more confident, there are a few things you can do to seem more confident, and this will actually help you feel confident as well. Standing up straight or walking with purpose exudes a lot of confidence. If you are walking around hunched over with your head down, you look like you want to hide. But if you walk with purpose and keep your head up and stand tall, you instantly look confident. Also, don't be afraid to say what you want to say. Speaking with conviction and certainty will help you build belief in yourself, and others will be more likely to believe you and believe in you more too. So you can do all these things I mentioned, and they will definitely help. But one other super important thing to learn is how to shift your mindset to become more confident. This has been something major for me. I never believed in myself until I started working on my inner self and changed my mindset. The first thing you need to work on is accepting yourself as you are. This is who you are right now, and it does not have to stay that way, but you have to accept yourself as you are right now. There is nothing wrong with you. There are just things you may want to improve on. Even the most beautiful, most successful people have things they want to work on. So work to accept yourself as you are and show up each day working toward who you want to become. Doing things your future self would do is a major boost of confidence and can help shift your mindset to believe in yourself more. Listen to my episode on mindset shifts for personal development to learn more how to do this. How you show up each day and the energy you bring impact attraction way more than physical traits. Be a positive and uplifting person and go after your passions and dreams. That is way more attractive than physical looks. However, there are things you can do to make yourself more physically attractive, which I already mentioned. But you don't have to do those things. I just wanted to include them in case you were interested. It is also important to let go of the need for external validation. This is something I really need to work on. I often seek validation from people if I am doing the right thing, if what I'm feeling is normal, if what I experienced in the past was truly as bad as I thought it was. I also love compliments, but all of this is coming from a place of insecurity. Like I said, I have become so much more confident the last few years, but I definitely still have insecurities. I don't know anyone who doesn't. But it's important to work on this and not rely on other people to make you feel better. You have to find that within yourself. You don't need people to tell you you're doing a great job or that you're beautiful or that you're smart. You have to know that within yourself. Of course, it's nice to hear these things, and there is a time and place for it, but you shouldn't rely only on that to help you feel confident. So we talked about why gaining confidence is important, advice you maybe should not be taking, how you can become more attractive and confident, and mindset shifts to help with this. Gaining confidence does not mean you have to follow all these trends and completely change who you are and how you treat people. Confidence is about being comfortable with who you are. There are ways, though, that can help you feel and look more attractive and confident. So I'd like you to choose just 2 or 3 of the things I mentioned today and see how it makes you feel. Maybe it's wearing clothes you truly love, finding a style that suits you, or getting a new haircut. Maybe it's exercising, eating healthier, or drinking more water. Maybe it's getting a new skincare routine, moisturizing your body, or going to the dentist. Maybe it's one from each of those categories. Choose what feels genuine to you and something that excites you. Start small and then try more things once you get comfortable. Remember, you don't need to do all of these things, and if you don't care about wearing makeup or how your hair looks, that is completely fine. I wanted to just make sure I did cover the physical aspects because to many people that is important, and it is for me too. But it's definitely not the most important thing. I think how you take care of yourself and how you show up is ultimately the most beneficial. I'd like you to embrace your uniqueness and experiment with new things. Remember, 2 things can be true at the same time. You can love yourself and you can want to improve yourself too. I'd love to hear how this goes for you. Share your thoughts or experiences with me through a private DM on Instagram or by sharing it on your story. You can find me on Instagram at growthroughit.pod. You can also ask me anonymous questions or suggest future topic ideas using the link in the show notes. If you want further help with any of what I talked about, especially becoming healthier physically or with skincare or mindset shifts, I can make personalized recommendations for you. That is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review it and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. I truly hope you can gain more confidence in yourself and feel good in your skin. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.